Hey everyone, welcome to Elasticity. Today we'll be talking about the concept of elasticity in terms of our supply and demand graphs and the different types of elasticity for both the demand curve and the supply curve. So when we're talking about elasticity, we're really talking about how price affects quantity. Now when we're talking about demand elasticity, we're talking about how much a change in price affects quantity demanded. So there are two types of elasticity of demand. There's inelastic demand and there is elastic demand. An elastic demand curve is when a small change in a product's price causes a huge change in the quantity demanded. So just changing the price a tiny little bit is really going to affect how much people want to buy of that product. Here's what an elastic demand curve looks like. You've got this beautiful graph right here. Oh, look at that demand curve. Absolutely lovely. There we have price 1 and quantity at price 1. Now we're going to change the price just a tiny little bit. Did you see how much different that quantity is at price 2? So quantity at price 2 is much larger than the quantity at price 1, even though the price change is relatively small. That is elastic demand. So a small change in price causes a huge change in quantity demanded. That, once again, is elastic demand. It's stretchy, just like a rubber band. Inelastic demand is for products that are really cheap or that you must have, like gas. So if the price of gas goes up, we're still going to buy it. If it goes down, we're not going to all of a sudden start driving 1,000,000 miles a year. We're going to drive about the same no matter what the gas price is. So here's what an inelastic demand curve looks like. You once again have a price and a quantity at price 1. We're going to change the price and it will not have much effect on quantity. So we have a huge change in price and a very small change in quantity demanded. Once again, this is for products that are relatively cheap, like salt, or that you absolutely have to have, like gas. Elasticity of supply, same kind of idea. How much does price affect quantity supplied? So here we have an elastic supply curve. Once again, it stretches out across the whole graph. It's very stretchy, just like a rubber band. So a small change in price is going to cause a large change in quantity supplied. These typically are products that are pretty easy to make, not real complicated. And the inelastic supply curve looks like this. It's far more vertical. It doesn't stretch out across the graph as quickly as the elastic supply curve. And you will notice that a big change in price only causes a small change in quantity supplied. That's because these products tend to be so difficult to make, so complicated, that you can't just produce more just because you want to. And there's your notes for today.